I come from a generation of pain will murder his minor. Rebellious and more jealous of chip you for designer.
Alright, so we've seen our fair share of music artists come and go, especially when it comes to rappers and how fast their careers can blow up in their faces. I mean, just take a look at Lil Pump and his world tour locations now. I mean, the last time I've seen the tour to Vietnam was when the US military was there. Or how Troy Ave single-handedly killed any potential his career had by shit-talking a guy and his dead friend. Rip Capital Steez, by the way, everybody go stream Survival Tactics. And now with the terms fell off and Watch being tossed around more than Asian Doll after King Von's death, I feel like it's necessary to take a look back at rappers who actually went downhill either commercially or musically and really see how an artist can quote-unquote fall off. Alright, so you guys remember like 15 seconds ago when I talked about Troy Ave making the biggest mistake of his career? Well, let's take a quick look back at that. See, the year was 2016 and the XXL freshman class was making their way before even being announced. The SoundCloud wave was going crazy with artists such as Yachty and Lil Uzi really making names for themselves, and you had the high school kids singing bank account while having $5 in their names. But with all of this going on, you also had New York City making a rise with artists such as A$AP Rocky, Joey Badass, and the main man himself, Troy Ave. Now, he had a lot going on for him. He had the lyricism, the charisma, and the character to really stand out from the rest. But with that came his no-care attitude and unnecessary desire to be a problem by wanting to diss Joey Badass in the song Badass, taking shots at both Joey and his longtime friend who sadly committed suicide back in 2012, Capital Steez. Not only did he diss him in a song, he then went onto a podcast and doubled down on what he said by shitting on Capital Steez even more. Now, you probably wonder what happened afterwards and where Troy is now that he fell off. Well, by the looks of it, Joey Badass got over it pretty fairly, while Troy, on the other hand, runs a small podcast now. And even when taking a look at his music numbers on his channel, they're pretty embarrassing for a guy who was just hot shit with millions of streams a couple of years ago. So then it leads into the question of, how does a rapper fall off? Well, see, there's a lot of factors to a rapper falling off, but it usually boils down to a few things. The rapper became problematic and couldn't keep their shit together, the music is played out, or the label simply wasn't planning on doing anything more with them. I mean, y'all see the video of those Smoke Perp concerts? Them shits are less packed than my little cousin's birthday party, and I hate that little nigga. And then you got guys like Lil Pump who's been going triple cardboard on anything they've put out recently because it just sucks ass and nobody cares. I think the only people I really feel sympathy for are people who just get screwed by the labels such as Angel Hayes or even Mario Judah. And I know that when looking back at Mario's situation, it was kinda his fault, but at the same time he was just trying to get a bag and instead got screwed over and is now stuck in a really bad position and owes a lot of money to his label. It's a wild cycle that anyone can get tossed into when wanting to make music, and with today's age of reactionary internet culture and constant changing of trends, it's all up in the air on who will last and who won't even make it through a year of success. But overall, if you plan on making music, I think the main thing you need to worry about is your longevity nowadays and less about what you're doing now. Because there's a lot of different routes and personas you can take being a rapper, and you can either thrive like Drake or crash out like the baby at the end of the day. But just never forget that one day you can be the guy touring Vietnam and the only weapons you'll have are those trash ass songs and NFTs that nobody wants. But who do you guys think had the biggest fall off in rap? Who do you think is going to be next? Comment down below while liking and subscribing. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter, and if you like the illustrations used in this video, make sure to follow the artist as well because she's dope. And on that note, I'll see you on Friday when I force Kendrick Lamar to sign me to PG Lang. Peace.
Why do some straight guys so bloody pressed when a gay guy hits on them?